Have you noticed the AI hype train slowing down a bit lately? Feels like just yesterday every headline was screaming about how AI was going to change everything overnight. But now, the conversation is getting a little more real. What's really going on behind the curtain of this AI supercycle? Is it a revolution or something else entirely? Let's start with a bombshell statistic that recently came out of MIT. A study they published revealed that a staggering 95% of AI pilot projects fail to ever make it into full production. 95%. That's a huge number. So what's causing this massive failure rate? The study points to three main culprits: resistance from employees, the quality of the AI's output not being good enough, and companies simply putting their money in the wrong places. Think about it. The initial gold rush. Where did a lot of the investment go? Straight into flashy areas like sales and marketing. The idea was to use AI to generate leads, write amazing ad copy, and personalize customer experiences on a massive scale. But here's the twist. It turns out that especially the probabilistic kind we see in large language models, really struggles with the nuance and unpredictability of human interaction required in sales and marketing. The results were often generic, unreliable, or just plain weird. On the flip side, the study found that the real, tangible value was being created in a much less glamorous part of the business, the back office. Think about tasks like processing invoices, managing data, and automating routine paperwork. These are deterministic tasks. They follow clear, repeatable rules. This is where AI excels. It can perform these tasks faster, more accurately, and at a much larger scale than any human team could. So while everyone was chasing the shiny object of an AI-powered marketing, the real, measurable return on investment was happening quietly in the background, automating the boring stuff. Industry experts have a great explanation for this phenomenon. They say this first wave of AI adoption wasn't really driven by a clear, structured strategy. It was driven by experimentation, and let's be honest, a healthy dose of FOMO, fear of missing out. Every CEO saw their competitors talking about AI and felt they had to jump on board, often without a clear plan for how to actually create value. This throw it at the wall and see what sticks approach is why we saw so much misallocated capital and so many failed projects. It was hype over substance, and we're seeing this play out in the startup world as well. You've probably seen headlines about AI startups hitting incredible revenue milestones in record time. That's true for some. But what those headlines don't tell you is the full story. Just like with past tech waves, whether it was social media in the 2000s or SaaS in the 2010s, a period of rapid growth is always followed by a great sorting. Think back to the early days of social media. There was MySpace, Friendster, and dozens of others. For a while, they all looked like winners. But eventually, the market consolidated, and only a few giants remained. The same thing happened with software as a service. We're likely to see a similar pattern with AI. Many of the companies generating quick revenue now might face high customer churn in the long run as users realize the tools are on delivering the transformative value they were promised, but the real enduring. Winners will be those who solve concrete problems and become deeply integrated into their customers' workflows. It's a marathon, not a sprint. This brings us to the stock market. You might have noticed that some of the high-flying AI stocks have taken a bit of a tumble recently. After a year of incredible growth, a correction was probably inevitable, and honestly, this skepticism is a good thing. It's healthy. For too long, the conversation around AI has been dominated by extreme, almost sci-fi narratives. On one hand, you have the utopian vision of artificial general intelligence, or a GI, solving all of humanity's problems. On the other, you have the dystopian fear of superintelligent machines taking over. The reality, as always, is much more boring and much more practical. The recent market correction and the dose of reality from studies like the one from MIT are helping to temper those extreme narratives. They're reinforcing us to move away from the hype and focus on what's actually working right now. This is a crucial point to understand. Progress in AI is incremental. It's a series of small, steady improvements, not one giant leap into the future. The AI supercycle is evolutionary, not revolutionary. It's about gradually integrating smart tools that make existing processes better, faster, and more efficient. It's not about a sudden breakthrough that makes human workers obsolete overnight. So what does this all mean for us? Whether you're an investor, a business leader, or just someone curious about the future, the key takeaway is to approach AI with realistic expectations. We need to cut through the noise and focus on practical value creation. Instead of asking, how can we use AI? The better question is, what is the biggest problem we need to solve? And could AI be a part of the solution? This shift in perspective is critical. It means focusing on those back-office wins, on automating the mundane tasks that free up human employees to focus on more creative, strategic, and high-value work. It means investing in training and managing the change within organizations, so employees see AI as a helpful co-pilot, not a threat to their jobs. And for policymakers, it means creating sensible regulations that encourage innovation while managing risks. Without getting caught up in the utopian or dystopian fantasies, the age of AI isn't over. In fact, it's just getting started. But we are moving out of the initial hype-fueled frenzy and into a more mature, pragmatic phase. This is where the real, lasting value will be built. It might not be as exciting as the sci-fi movies, but building useful tools that actually help people is what truly drives progress. The future of AI will be less about revolutionary breakthroughs and more about the quiet, steady evolution of technology that makes our work and our lives just a little bit better, one step at a time. Thanks for sticking with me through that. It's a complex topic, but I think it's so important to have a grounded perspective. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the tech that's shaping our world. See you in the next one.